Good evening. We begin with the latest on a new bombshell report which estimates that 330,000 children here in France have been sexually abused over the past 70 years. This at the hands of some 3,000 priests and others involved in the Catholic Church. Well, the report goes on to say that over the decades, the Catholic authorities had systematically covered up the issue. France 24's Yuka Roya has more now on these shocking revelations, the latest to shake the Vatican.
Some 3,000 perpetrators, more than 250,000 victims. For decades, the Catholic Church in France has provided fertile ground for child sex abuse by turning a blind eye or sometimes knowingly putting children in touch with predators.
Above all, there was a series of neglects, failures, silence, and an institutional cover-up. The Church did not know how to see, it did not know how to hear.
Sauvé said that the Church's indifference only started to really change around 2015. The damning report is the result of 2.5 years of independent investigation, based on testimony from thousands of victims who broke their silence. It estimates that about 216,000 people have suffered abuse at the hands of priests, monks and nuns. The number goes up to 330,000 if cases committed by volunteers and other church members are included. The figures only apply to people who are now over 18 and are still alive. The inquiry found that most abuses occurred between 1950 and 1970. Then their numbers declined, before they started picking up again in the early 90s. The vast majority of victims were pre-adolescent boys, trapped in the culture of penance and confidentiality.
There were massive crimes and atrocious offenses. But there was also worse than that. There was betrayal. A betrayal of the innocence of your own people.
The Commission also issued 45 recommendations, including compensating victims and revising canon law.
Meanwhile, the head of France's Catholic Bishops' Conference is asking for forgiveness from those victims of child sex abuse, which, as we've been saying, are estimated to number around 330,000 over a period of 7 decades. Well, the president of the Conference of Bishops says that he is appalled at the conclusions of that report and the numbers of the victims.
Our commitment is that when a victim speaks, he is heard and taken seriously, and that there is some action in response. I think we've made good progress in this vein, and we will continue to do this. Once again, I call on all the institutions to do this, because it's a problem facing humanity.
This church and Monseigneur Moulin-Beaufort has never stopped receiving reports of this kind. A victims group was formed, but also many victims have come forward over the years and nothing was done. Monseigneur Beaufort talks about the pervasiveness of sexual violence in society, for how strange he's saying this now when it's been going on for so long.